Okay, boys. So this is what it is. Ha-Bechina, the first Shaare in the Perek Aleph over here in Shaare Bechina is saying, Hidboninut ha'adam beberohim. You have to analyze the creations of the world. Why? Kedei la'avchin bahem et chokhmat Hashem v'achduto. To analyze the wisdom of God and the uniqueness of Hashem. That means, like, for example, if you would take a leaf and you would just look at a leaf, you would see the what's it called, the stem. You have to understand what went behind the leaf. How everything, wow, it changes colors. How is that possible? It changes colors, turns into fall, it turns into brown, and then all of a sudden it falls off the tree, and after it falls off the tree, it grows again. Like, whoa! And you have to analyze, why does it fall off the tree? Why? I'm saying these things, if you really look into it, there's reasons for every single little thing. Did you know when a seed goes into a ground, everything, the way it's created, is already instructions how everything is going to grow? Did you know that? Because you don't study that. But he's trying to say, if you really look deep down, if you put a seed, let's say a peach pit, a peach, take a pit of a peach, you put it in, that seed already from the get-go, in it, scientists, facts, if you look in, the way the tree will grow, and if you see the science behind it, the chromosomes and things like that, they'll tell you in advance it's going to grow like this and like this way, that way. There's going to be 12 peaches that's going to grow every year. Like, have everything inside. How is that possible? The creation of God is so great that you just analyzing it by looking at it, it's just like it's amazing. Like, you ever realize why a person has on his in his nose hair in his nose? You realize that? Why do you have hair in your nose? The germs. You ever think about that in a million years? You ever think about that? You're right. It is to stop the germs. It's when a person smells. You know, you're walking in the street and they're and then all of a sudden you're biking right by after that guy. All these germs going in your nose. Hashem makes an automatic filter that all these nose hairs are filtering out everything. No, you look at it, what have these nose hairs? And the guy in the barber, he's pulling his whole thing, all the nose hair. You ever see that guy? You ever seen it or no? It happened to me one time. No joke, I was going nuts. All of a sudden, a new barber I was going to, boom, he's going like this, like that. He puts wax, he puts it. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, don't worry, Rabbi, just chill it out. Boom. At the end, he goes, He killed me. I was like screaming, You don't understand, I was going nuts. And I was like, oh my goodness, wait. I looked in. Why does Hashem have nose hairs? I start looking into it. What do you mean? It's very important. You need it in order to filter out all the bad dust. Now you know that, but you never thought about that. You ever think about Yonatan? Yes or no? Never in your life. Now you know. Now how good do you feel? Like now you know you have a nose there. What is it for? I'm saying the point I'm trying to say is what it's Bechina means, because you're looking into actually creation. Then you see Bechina is like okay, you can say understanding, but it's more like that you're analyzing every single iota. You have to understand that you realize that the sun is in a perfect position where if it would go closer, the whole world will burn. Like, you realize if it was further, it would be frozen to death. Like, okay, let's go on.
I heard a thing that like the nose.
Yeah, exactly. The nose, exactly. The nose is right under the. Yeah, exactly. Even without being a genius, you could always analyze. Even without being a genius, you're not a genius. להבחין את אחדות השם וחוכמתו על כל נברא. קטון או גדול. Small or big. You can do it. כי החוכמת כולן, all the wisdoms, אף על פי שהכוחות הם בברואים, he says all the wisdom, even though it's separated from each creation, מסתעפות הן מסוד ושורש אחד. Meaning, even though there's a million creations, everybody knows where's the source? Hashem. So you're right, this is this, that. But every single thing is a thing. Now, אמר המחבר, מהות בחינה היא, שיתבונן האדם בחוכמת הבורא הנברית בברואים. Look into it. ויחשוב בה בשכלו. And analyze with your brain. עד כמה שכוח הבנתו מגיע. Until your mind can reach. Put effort into it. Look into these. Put as much effort as you can. Don't take away yourself and say, no, don't do that. Really look into it. When you're walking in the street, really analyze the creations of God. Really. Everybody can analyze their things in their own wisdoms. In their own wisdom. You can figure out things in your own wisdom. Without any scientist telling you. It's just common sense. Everything is one. What is that? Everything is, even the image is a certain way created by God. Even the image. Short, tall, this, that, fat, skinny. Every single image is exact. Why is a hippopotamus so big? Why is an elephant so fat? Why? Everything is exact. Why does it have tusks? Why does it eat through its nose? Why? Everything. If you analyze with your own brain, you'll figure out your brain has a system that's like none other. Your brain, is it's insane. Yeah, sure. You'll see. After we'll figure out what we'll see exactly. What do you gain? You gain by seeing that how God is it's amazing. It's perfection. It's perfection. And then you get close to Him. Wow, you're amazing. You're just so good. You're too good. Everything is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Everything is perfect. Like He's looking at it, all the creations. But if you look at your own life, if you look in the past in your own life, how everything worked out perfect for you, also you'll come to the same conclusion. Like, wow. He's just saying it in the creations of the world of God, yes. But if you look into your own life, to where you came from until today, where you are, every single step of the way, how you met this person, how you met that person, how you met this person, just you alone, how I met you, was the whole thing. If I go back and I just analyze it, it's insane. I saw one guy driving on a skateboard, and what? And I only did it because if I were to tell you everything behind the scenes, how we met, it's just a miracle. Whoever you meet, not me and you, in general, how you met this guy, how you met that guy, where you even came from, all those things. You're like, whoa, this is crazy, this is insane, this is like Min HaShamayim, like you can't believe Min HaShamayim. The places where you are, the house that you live in. If you would ask your father, how'd you get this house? Every step of the way, he'll tell you another miracle. This, that, boom, boom. I could tell you stories, not on things, I could tell you stories, wild stories. How this happened, that happened. It's the most amazing stories in your life. But this is all the purpose of what? Connecting to Hashem even more.
Rabbi, I missed my flight going to Pesach, and I'm still trying to figure out why it happened.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Don't worry, it's the best thing that you miss your flight. It's the best thing that ever happened to you. You're lucky you missed the flight. Again, you can't go and do bimezid things and say, oh, you know what? Oh, why did I miss my flight? Oh, the guy he didn't put his alarm clock, so he missed his flight. Okay, no, that's honest. You understand? Stephen, you know what I'm saying or no? You can't be like, oh, I missed my, let's say for example, you've been
still waiting to figure out
why.
No,
I'm saying you've been mezid. Let's say for example, you knew you're leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning. And you say, you know what, I'm not putting an alarm clock. You know what, I'm sleeping late. Oh, why did I miss my flight? You can't do that.
Yeah, not like that. I was on time.
You're on time, everything like that.
But the security took extra
security,
long
there's that, all those things. I'm just bringing out a point. The point is, if you analyze things, you'll see everything's perfection. Everything's perfection. Everything's perfection. Next, let's go on. Oh, listen. Like the sun. השמשות העשויות מזכוכית לבנה, שחורה, אדומה וירוקה, ואורה, משנה כבצבע זכוכית. He says, look at the sun. He says, if you analyze the sun, it could have different shades through different parts of the diagram. Hello? Let's go. Every time the sun is around, every angle, you could see different coloring of the sun. Why is that? Understand? UV lighting, why is that? Or, for example,
does he tell us?
Well, let's see. Or, for example, the water. כמו למשל המים. כאשר משקים בהם גינה שיש בהם פרחים, אז נראים המים על פרחים מצבעי פרחים. How is it that you have a flower orchard and you pour water, first of all, how does it grow? What's the mechanics?
The sun and the...
I'm saying it's like a wild thing. He's saying, well, when you put water on flowers, b'tzva'im shonim, az dinem hamayim al perachim, b'tzvim perachim. Right? When you put flowers, different colors, the water looks like the flowers that you're putting on. Right? For example, if you would pour on a blue flower, the water turns blue. Right? How does that happen? Like, what's the mechanics to that? Reflect. I'm not asking you. I'm just theoretical speaking, talking about that. Same thing of the wisdom of God. Everything is perfect for its job. For its job. Even people. Why do they look differently? For their job, for what their mission is. You understand? For what their mission is. They have a certain personality because it fits their tafkid. Is that clear? Mm-hmm. Is that clear? That's a very important point.
That way. He walks that way.
His personality is like this. Yeah. His look is like this. And it couldn't be any other way. Because he wouldn't be able to fulfill his tafkid. His tafkid is specifically that.
Rabbi, I have a question.
Wait, you hear that? That's an important point. Why do you look the way you look, certain tafkid that you have? Look at this kid that was just here, young boy. What was he, 12 years old? You see, you can tell in advance what his tafkid is like. You see what he's doing, like, do anything you need. I'm not even joking. It's a wild, and if it's awesome, a 12-year-old kid be able to do all this, they was able to, you don't understand. I can't believe it. Like, he's arranging everything. Yeah. Forget it. I'm just bringing out a point. You could tell right away. But the way you created, the way you look is the way that is the way you're, you understand? You hear that? You hear me or no? Let's go on.
I have a question.
Quick.
So when you look into all these things, like these nature things, how do you not get confused? Like,
confused about what?
To think like
you can't get confused because it doesn't make sense. Look at that bird right there with that. Look at that bird. What's the chance? You're looking at the bird. It looks perfect. Look at that bird.
I'm saying, like, when you see the way things work,
because everything
chemical
because everything
chemical,
how do you not get confused? No, because everything is perfection. If you really look deep down, everything is perfection. Nobody can be perfect. There's not one person in the world that's 100% without any default. Over here, every single thing is perfection. Obviously, it's Hashem. Understand?
No, that's not my question is.
Well,
so you know, like some.
Let's ask. I want to go through the flow. Alken hitbonen beberiot habore. Look in to the creations. Mikatnam ve'ad godlam. From the smallest to the biggest. ועיין בדברים שטרם הבנת ותמצא בעזרת השם שהאמת היא כמו שאמרתי לך שמכל נברא ונברא אפשר להבחין את חוכמת השם. You could see the wisdom of God of every single thing in every single creation of the world, smallest to the biggest if you look into it. That's what he says. You could see the wisdom of God from the smallest to the biggest of creations, from the biggest to the smallest, everything you could see. You could see it in every single creation if you look into it. שמכל נברא ונברא אפשר להבחין את חוכמת השם שכל סוגי החוכמה הנראים בברואים כולם מסתעפים מיסוד השורש אחד. Period. Okay. Is that clear? Yonatan, is that clear? Mm-hmm. Next paragraph. והואיל and since חוכמת הבורא אינה נראית באופן שווה בכל ברואים, and since you see the wisdom of God, you see the wisdom of each creation not equally. I mean, say there's wisdom of each one differently. You call mean and wean. It's like impossible. I can believe this. I can believe that. I can believe that. It's on us.
Like everything you find, also basically.
Yeah.
Very similar to like the people you meet. It's also
let's see. לחשוב בחוכמת בורא עד שזו ישיג על עניין הבריאה. בלי כל ספק והוא יקבל בין הענות בין רב כשככם.
Spend years studying this.
Exactly. Small in the smallest thing. ואילו הייתה חוכמת בורא נראית בכל ברואים. לא היה אף אחד מסופק בה. והיה חכם וטיפש מסכים אותה בשווה. והסיבה מדוע שבאמת לא שווים כל בריאים, היא מפני שהדבר שעושה תמיד רק פעולה אחת. ניכר שוב ועודו אינו נבעד בין רצונו. אלא מהטבע שבבו, וכי הוא כפוף לכוח המכריח. המניח אותו לעשות את הפעולה ההיא, ושאין לו אפשרות לפעול אחרת, כמו למשל האש. He says, take for example fire. אשר כוחו הוא פעולות השרפה בלבד. What's the power of fire?
To burn.
It burns. Take water. שהטבע שלהם, what? To make, it cools off. אבל פה מתוך רצון חופשי, רואים בו שהוא עושה פעולות שונות. פעם כך, פעם אחרת, במדינות שונות.
It has different jobs.
Some things have different jobs.
Fire could cook, fire could...
Fire, exactly. Fire could cook. It could burn, but it also could cook. Water can extinguish, but it will also make you hydrated. So you see, each item
As opposite.
has a opposite and equal, and this, it's just going through the flow of saying like, wow, this is amazing, wow, this is amazing, wow, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing. Understand? A chair, how does it even work? Sitting on a chair with legs, like, who created, what happened? I'm just saying every single thing. But he's more not talking about a chair, he's talking about creations of God. Yeah, exactly. Forget the chair example. But he's talking about the nature of the world. That's what he's saying. He's saying, take the nature, the actual nature of the world. A cloud, for example.
The ground, the earth.
The ground, the earth.
Throw a seed in there from a fruit.
Yeah, all these things.
The body.
The body.
Crazy thing.
If you just study the body alone,
I'm
you'll
learning
just,
it right now in college.
yeah, it's wild.
It's insane.
So,
I'm saying, why do you have to eat and go to the Rabbi? Why do you have
For
to
what?
eat and go to the bathroom?
Rabbi, I was learning about...
you don't have to go to college to learn about the body.
Rabbi,
Why do you have to eat and go to the bathroom?
Google.
Exactly. Why have to eat and go to the
whatever,
bathroom? Why-
they give you a textbook.
Let's go.
There's no night there.
Rabbi,
Huh? Get a coffee and come upstairs.
Rabbi, I
Yalla,
was
we're
learning
waiting for
about
you.
all like the heart stuff and like,
Everything is a
it's
thing.
crazy because
Everything
it
is
could
a
happen,
thing.
Like I was learning about like all heart diseases in college, but it's crazy because it can happen to anybody. So like when I read it, I was like, wow, like Hashem keeps me alive every second because just like that, it can happen.
Wow.
A heart attack.
Also, yeah, kidney, same thing.
It's crazy.
Happened to that guy in the
Every
game, no?
every second, he keeps you alive.
Every second Hashem's keeping you alive.
Because these things could happen if you're 100% healthy.
Yeah. Now, next. Steve, where are we up to? והיות הבורא יתברך עושה את כל מתוך רצונו החופשי. Hashem does it. מפני שיהיה מוכרח הוא צריך לעשותו. He doesn't have to do any of this. Does he have to do it? וכן אינו פועל מתוך תשבתו מכריח אותו לזה. עשה השם הרבה דברים ישנים מתמיד מזה כפי שמגיעים בחוכמתו. Hashem did it. He decided to do that with his wisdom. כדי שנדע מהשתתנות זו שיחיד בעולמו. To show you the uniqueness of God. He didn't have to do all this. Hashem didn't have to create. You know, people say, why did Hashem create all these animals? A lot of animals you don't need.
For their food for the animals you do need.
I'm just saying, but why do you need that food for that food? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need? You don't need, there's a million fish in the water where you never thought of, you never saw, you'll never see. But yeah, why did God create it? So the next time you go snorkeling, you see, oh wow, this is the creation of God. Wow, so beautiful. It's pink. Oh, I never saw. I never say.
What about the ones you can't see, you'll never see?
No, I'm just trying to say, even then,
maybe
even
that's not for you,
even
that's for someone
no,
else.
even that, yeah, exactly.
for?
Doesn't make a difference. The
That's
guy's
my
scuba
question,
diving
but-
all the way down. You don't know.
There's
You don't know.
definitely, there's definitely a place in the world where no Jews are, and there's a bunch of animals and creatures.
No,
in there. So
why are you
what's
saying
the
that? Why are you saying that?
Antarctica.
Even any person, we forget any person in the world, any you're right, but any person in the world, they see the godliness of God. Like wow, any person,
Even in Masechet Brachot
any person can
speaks
see
about
it. You're what?
Masechet Brachot speaks about it. Yov asks a question. Oh,
Yeah.
why all these Yisurim? I created all these worlds, even galaxies I don't even see.
You don't even see.
You don't even see them, so obviously a fish.
Yeah.
You don't even see.
I mean,
Yeah.
Amelech
It's
said,
all for you.
like every creature has a purpose except for the spider.
And we know
then-
what
and then it
happened.
saved him.
The spider saved him. No, he was saying, what's the purpose of the spider?
Yeah. He's
So
like,
then as the spider saved him, yeah, we know that what happened. That the spider, what's the purpose of the spider? And then when he was running away from Shaul, he ran into a cave, and then all of a sudden the spider came and made a web. So Shaul was going through the cave to get David. Says, wait, it's impossible for him to be there. Why? Because there's a web over here. So you see, everything
why do
has
we
a
still have the
purpose.
spider then?
Everything has a purpose. I don't know if you should ask the question. You can see one day Hashem will show you why you need a spider. Let's go. ואין מי שיראה אותו ימנע אותו מלפעול בעולמו כרצונו. כמו שתגיד, כל אשר חפץ השעה עשה שמם הארץ. והסר מחיים מטעם זה נראית חוכמת השם ורב. It says, you have to go and analyze and see, and wow, why, what, this, that. This is really, look at this tree right there that's on the outside. One tree is green, and one tree there's not one leaf. Look right there. Look at your head.
Wow.
One tree has every single leaf is on that tree. One tree, you don't see one leaf. Why? What's the difference? What happened? I can tell you.
The shul's blocking the sunlight on this tree.
No. Like every single tree.
It's a scientific one.
I'll tell you after class. I'll tell you exactly why. Let's go.
Oh, so how are scientists like Chovot then?
Chovot, what should I tell you?
How does it make sense?
Because the guy's not using his brain properly and saying, what are you doing?
But he says here, if
Really,
you analyze these things,
because people sometimes in life, you have to understand, they don't want to know. They don't want to think like that. You understand? When one of the things, first thing, like hypnosis, type of situation, one of the guys says, if you want to hypnotize you, one thing you have to let it be. If not, you can't do it. You have to want it. You don't want it. The guy specifically. Like let's say, for example, you want to try to convince a guy, but he's already 100,000,000% not going. I'm not doing. It's a thick wall. It's a thick wall. Forget it. Okay, whatever. Next, let's go on. והאלוקים לבדו יודע אם מחמת סיבה זו לבדה לא נבראו כל הבריאים מדמות צורה אחת כל חוכמתו יתברך וגבוה מהשגתנו. He says the knowledge of God of course is beyond us. והזכרנו רק טעם אחד יותר מרבים שלא ישנו ולהשם לבדו אך מה מגד עד תכלית האמת ואינו קם לבדיו. He says certain things והאלוקים לבדו יודע אם מחמת סיבה זו לבדה לא נבראו כל הבריאים מדמות צורה אחת. He says and even if you look and analyze it, there's so much more to what you think. There's much deeper in what you're thinking. But this is the first lesson that he's teaching us in this situation of looking into the creation, and you'll see the wisdom, and you'll see the godliness, and you'll see the special and the uniqueness of Hashem.